Are there any dying roller coaster models that you can think of? Some people think of the Chance Toboggan, such as Swiss Toboggan at Little America, or some people will say the B&M Stand Up Coaster, like the defunct Green Lantern over at Six Flags Great Adventure. But one of the models that I think of that is on the edge of extinction is the Arrow Suspended Coaster. There are only 5 of these left out there. 3 of them are in the US, 1 is in Canada and the UK, and the ones left in operation are Iron Dragon at Cedar Point, Ninja at Six Flags Magic Mountain, Vortex at Canada's Wonderland, Vampire at Chessington Worlds of Adventure, and the subject of today's video, the Bat at Kings Island. This is one of the better ones, and this was another roller coaster that's made me get interested into the amusement industry. So in today's video, I'll be giving out my thoughts about this ride. So what is the presentation like for the Bat? So you're in the Action Zone section of the park and you see the ride's entrance next door to Banshee, and let me tell you, it is a hike to get to the station. Since the ride is so isolated from the rest of the park, the queue is unnecessarily long. And something cool is that you walk by the old queue, exit, and station for Son of Beast, a past attraction at Kings Island. And after all that walking with your calories burned for the day, you reach the station and you get assigned a row when it's busy. If the ride has barely a wait time, you can pick your own row. So after waiting a little extra, you hop on board, pull down your over-the-shoulder restraint and dispatch, and that will lead us into the ride experience. So the train leaves the station and ascends up a 78-foot lift hill, and it's very slow. It takes forever to get to the top. But after that, you get a great view of a whole lot of nothing. But when you turn around, you get a good view of Kings Island. So you go down your drop and it's pretty exhilarating. And when the track turns one direction, the train swings the other direction. So the track is turning to the right while the train is swinging to the left. Then the track straightens out and swiftly turns to the left. You get some good swinging here. Then you bank back to the right and zoom past the foliage into a snappy left turn. Then back to the right and back to the left and you take a breather. But afterwards, you soar through a helix. You get great positives here. Then the track banks and turns to the left while going upwards. Then it goes downwards while banking to the right. Then you go back up while turning to the left, and that's when you swing a couple times into the final brakes. And that concludes your ride experience on the Bat. So I think the Bat is a pretty solid coaster. It is by far the best ride here that is manufactured by Aerodynamics. And that is no competition because Adventure Express is one of my least favorite roller coasters. But back to the Bat, I love how you swing a little past 90 degrees on some of the turns. And I remember the ride being fairly smooth. It has a little bit of a shake, but it's not the worst thing ever. But my biggest complaint about the Bat is ride duration, or how long it lasts. It's one of the shorter rides at Kings Island, and it only lasts 34 seconds, which is timed when you start going down the drop into the final stop on the brake run. So I might have to remove some points in the final score because of that. But overall, it's fun for what it is. It's just really short. So for the Bat's final score, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. I still like the ride, but I haven't done it in a couple years. Hopefully I'll get a ride when I visit again for this year. But if there was a coaster that Kings Island would remove next, I'm thinking of either Invertigo or the Bat being next, which is sad because it's a dying model, because it's one of the better Arrows I've done. So overall, solid coaster but short duration. So I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on the Bat at Kings Island, if you've ridden it or not? And if you enjoyed this review, make sure to give it a like. Our goal for the rest of the year is to reach 700 subscribers before next year, and it would be greatly appreciated if you decided to support us, and it would mean a lot. But you can expect a new video coming out in the next 5 days, and keep that adrenaline pumping, and thanks for watching.